All right, welcome everybody. This is going to be the weekly live chat room recap for the week ending on October 1st, 2021. I just want to announce that I'm going to go ahead and continue to extend the special. Basically, you can try at the trial chat room for free for 7 days, no obligation whatsoever. You will get my charts. You will see the PAP setups. You're also going to be able to see the first trades of the day, and also I am including the daily setups as well. That is a daily setup is you put it on the night before and you let it expire the following day. It's very simple for those that want to trade that way. So nonetheless, you will get all of that. It's absolutely free to try for the first 7 days. All you have to do is go to my website, binaryprostrategies.com. Click on the join now. You'll see that special. Click on that, sign up, and we'll send you the password and get you all set up for that first week free. So that's it. Let's get into our stats for the week and see how we did. All right, so here we are. These are going to be the naked stats once again for the PAP setup. This is one of 5 patterns that we teach in the core package. Also, keep in mind, these are what we call naked setups. That means if you were to blindly take the buy and sell, this is the success rate of each one of those PAP setups, broken down per pair, per day. All right. First trade of the day is the very first trade that I'm making coming out of the gate. I start my day every morning at 8 a.m. Central Time, which is 9 a.m. Eastern. And in the evenings, 7 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Eastern. And I take my very first trade. Once again, these are blind. This has absolutely no filtration. Obviously, if we added all the filtration, we would be taking different setups. We're not taking the very first setup. But nonetheless, this is the idea here is not to show that this is any kind of strategy, just to show that it does put the probabilities in your favor on that very first trade to be a winning trade, okay? Also, keep in mind that it is possible that the very first trade of the day could come at the same time in several of the pairs. I may select the Aussie, and it may be a winner, and it may be also a loser on the Euro, and maybe you tried the Yen, and that was a loser as well. So, when you get setups, which happens a lot, they all come in at the same time. I may take the winner, somebody else may take the loser, or I may take the loser and you may take the winner. Okay, so this is just based on what I've selected. Okay, so nonetheless, not a bad week overall for all the pairs. I was continuing to focus this week on the on the Euro and the US yen. And I am going to start to change that around a little bit as I start moving into this following week. I'm going to really focus a lot more on just the yen, okay? The yen, and I'm going to be doing a little bit more now in the Aussie. I've noticed that the Euro is starting to get a little bit weaker here. So, nonetheless, that is what my focus is going to be coming into this next week. So I'll be doing more on the yen, more on the Aussie. Still be doing the Euro, but probably not as much. All right. But nonetheless, let's take a look at our results here. We had, let's scroll down a little bit. On the morning trades, you can see it's pretty much what we would expect across the board here. The thing is we did have a little bit weaker, as you can see, on the Euro, okay? That happens from time to time, is where you're going to see a pair get weak, all right, and then it comes back strong. But that still, nonetheless, doesn't mean that I'm still not going to switch over to the Aussie, okay? So I am going to do a little bit more on the Aussie. I'm going to continue with my yen. Now, in the evenings, not so great on the yen. But once again, keep in mind, these are all naked stats, folks. This doesn't mean that you're taking every single trade. You're only looking at 2 dimensions. You've heard me talking about the 5 different dimensions. We're only looking at 2 different dimensions, all right? We're not looking at all the dimensions that will filter out the setups. But this is without any filtration, or really only looking at 2 dimensions, not considering the other dimensions as filtration, all right? Also, I'm showing the pairs that I chose on the first trade of the day, and that's what you see over here. So you can see that the US yen, I did well, just a couple on the US yen, but for some reason I was doing a lot more on the Aussie this week. You can see that the Aussie, and you can also see that the Aussie, most all the Aussies all had winning trades on the first trade of the day. So I keep track of these stats. If members are interested, I will point that out to them. Let them know if they're interested in knowing what pairs to focus on during the week. I will point that out, but that's what I'm always looking at, and I've always had a lot of success doing that. So that's pretty, I mean, overall, not a bad week on the stats for the naked setups. Now, on the CB trades, now keep in mind, folks, when I talk about this is my own personal trading, this has nothing to do with, you know, all my students. Everybody's going to have different results. Keep in mind that these results are not typical, okay? I've been doing this for 40 years, so obviously I've had a lot of experience. Keep in mind also that most people that start trading do lose money, all right? So they lose money because they don't have the experience. So I always suggest that you get into a demo account. You trade in your demo account until you become profitable. But keep in mind that these results are not typical. I do have some that do better. I have some that do not as well. But doing this for 40 years, you obviously build a lot of experience, and there's a lot of things that come to you as kind of intuition. You know the markets, you know how they move, and a lot of it just comes very natural, knowing when to step aside and when to press the pedal a little bit more. And that's kind of what I do. If I see markets are heating up, I do press the pedal a little bit more and tend to get a little bit more aggressive. So overall, not a bad CB week. Also keep in mind when I talk about the CB is something that is not offered to first-time students. You must purchase the core package. And once you've mastered that, I see you mastered that, we'll go ahead and we'll let you in on the CB package. If you want to go ahead and upgrade, you can do that. But as I mentioned, I am going to extend the free week again this coming month. So if you're interested in seeing how the core strategy does for this one PAP pattern, you can go ahead and try the trial chat room for one week. It's absolutely free, no obligation. All you have to do is just cancel it within that first 7 days, and you pay absolutely nothing. If you want to stay, it's only $50 a month, and I also am going to include the first trades of the day as well. Okay, so the first trade of the day, I'm sorry, I'm also going to, I am going to include the first trade of the day, but I'm also going to include the daily setups. That means you put the trade on the night before and you exit the trade the following day. All right, that's the way those are set up. So that being said, continue to look for a lot of volatility this week. So focus once again on the US yen, Aussie, still be doing a little bit of euro. Expecting continue high volatility. October's always been a really good month for me, so always look forward coming into October. So it's always a big month. Even in the stock market, I think you're going to see a lot of volatility. So I expect to see that as well. But definitely, I'm going to be hitting it, and I'm also going to be doing a little bit more of the US 500, which is basically it's the ES. Basically, it trades like the S&P 500. I have been doing that, and I'm going to continue to do a little bit more of that in the chat room as we start to trade the US 500, and as we trade the hourlies. We have some really cool strategies for that as well. So that being said, I want to wish everybody a great week. If you have any questions, just go to binaryprostrategies.com. You can shoot me an email from there. If you're interested in the free trial, just go to the Join Now. You can sign up for that. If you like my videos, please subscribe and also give me the thumbs up and let me know that you like them. And also the notification bell if you want to keep updated on any new videos that are coming out and the new webinar that I have coming out. Really cool stuff. Get a lot more into talking about the 5 different dimensions. It's going to be a really cool webinar. A lot of good information. So that's coming up shortly. So make sure that you subscribe and you hit the notification. And also, if you want to get on my mailing list, you'll be notified that way as well. Just go, once again, just go to binaryprostrategies.com and let me know you want to be added, and we'll get you on the email list. Okay? That's it. Everybody have a great week. We'll see you next weekend for our next live weekly update. Take care.